Being elected as the first Indigenous woman into the House of Representatives is a moment for this country. Of course, following on from Nova Perez, who was the first Indigenous woman into the Parliament, is a great honour as well. But more importantly, this was not lost on the people of Barton. They and we together have made history last night, and I can't thank the team that I worked with, the team that worked with me, and the people of Barton for putting their trust in me. Without a doubt, the main issue was Medicare, health and education funding. The Turnbull government's withdrawal from the Gonski full rollout is going to mean $28 million less for schools in Barton. And Barton is an amazing place. It's full of diversity, it's full of people from every corner of the globe. And people just saw in me, I think, someone that would work hard, someone that they could trust, but also the first Indigenous woman into the House of Representatives. Every time I walked into a room or a community group, it was just spontaneous applause when that was mentioned, and I feel quite emotional this morning just to say thank you to Barton. Well, education's my great passion. Education, of course, is the great equaliser. If a child starts off his or her life with a love of education, it means that they can just go forward and be whatever they want. And for me, education is the tool, is the thing that brings about equity, and that will be a great passion of mine in the Parliament. But of course, Miriam, as you said, I've come from 13 years, a pretty terrific career in the New South Wales Parliament. So the institution of Parliament is not a mystery to me. I've held positions from Deputy Leader of the Labor Party, senior ministers, but I know what being a local representative's about. And I made a promise in 2003 to the people of Canterbury, and it's the same promise I make today to the people of Barton. I'll work hard and I'll do my best. And that to me is a tenet of being a good representative. When you have a look at what doctors said yesterday, that the bulk billing is ceasing right across the country, and it really is around the issue of rebates. If you're a family with 2 or 3 children and you've got to now pay for imaging, your doctor doesn't bulk bill anymore, that is an attack on Medicare. What Malcolm Turnbull kept saying is he would not privatise the payment system, and didn't get far off that narrative. People value Medicare. Medicare is part of the Australian way of life, if you like, and it's valued and it's held up as a great thing right across the world. I mean, we have universal healthcare here, and that was being attacked, and that's what people understood. Look, I'm not worried about a hung parliament. A hung parliament is not a new experience at the state or federal level, and we know that in the last hung parliament in the federal sphere, there were, legislation still went through. It went through and enormously successful. A hung parliament requires good negotiation, it requires good relationship with the crossbenchers, and it does not mean a paralysis at all. It will not be my call about who forms government. What I do know is that Bill Shorten and the Labor team won the campaign. Now let's see what happens over the next 24 hours. My job is to go back to the people of Barton, say thank you, and prove to them that they made the right decision last night.